Right, hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about a tune of mine called Hey. It's recently come out on Grid Recordings as part of my 6-track Sausage Roller EP. And I'm going to do a little bit of breakdown on the build-up for this tune, because it's got a really high energy build-up, and that was one of the things that I struggled with when starting producing, was getting those kind of build-ups. So I'm going to show you how the tune sounds, but I'm going to have to show you with the media player because my CPU isn't handling this project very well, so there's going to be a lot of clicks in the audio and glitches and stuff like that, and I've had to turn a few plugins off, so bear with me. But yeah, this is Hey. I will just kind of skip through a little bit of it. But yeah, that is Hey. It's a rather large tune if you ask me. But let's break down the build-up, because there's not a lot to it, but there is at the same time. Like, it sounds like there's a lot going on, but to be honest, there's not. So there's a few different techniques that I've used that I'd like to speak about. So one of those is, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like increasing the speed of everything. So everything starts off slow. We have this arpeggiator. If I turn these off, I have this arpeggiator that kind of carries the main synth line of the tune, I guess. You have to bear with me today. I'm struggling to get my words out. I'm violently hungover. But yeah, so we have this arpeggiator, and you'll notice it speeds up throughout different sections. So the first 8 bars, it's going that speed, and then if you see this automation clip here for ARP speed, we bring it up a little bit more here. And then even more here. And then even more here, to the point where it's just like stupidly quick. Yeah, so that is the arpeggiator, and it's actually a Serum preset, a default Serum preset that comes with Serum. If we take a look at the patch, it's this one here called SQ or Square Minor ARP, and there's a few things that I'm automating on that as well to keep it kind of lively as the track progresses. So this is the speed that I'm automating. So it's literally just the rate of the LFO, and the LFO is what's doing all of the movement for the notes and stuff. And yeah, that speeds up quite a bit throughout, and there's a few other things that I've been automating as well. So the effects depth, and I think I did the timbre, however you pronounce it, I don't know. And I also did the sync as well. So yeah, there's a few different things going on. You see they both increase over time, just to add to that sense of progression that it's kind of building up. Adds a lot of energy as well, as you can obviously tell when it goes to here. It's like, yeah, there's something coming, you know. I don't know, did I? Yeah, so I also automated the pitch all the way up as well. So it kind of rises. So that's that part, and yeah, that kind of goes through the whole of the intro. And then next we've got this sort of deep pad layer. Which is also a preset. I was feeling very lazy on this tune. I quite often make my own pads and stuff, but I actually just didn't on this occasion. But yeah, it's a pretty cool pad. I really like how it sounds. And there's not much going on with that other than this pitch bend ever so slightly moving, just to give it a bit of movement. So here you hear that kind of pitch up and then down again. And then here again, same thing that I've done with the ARP. I've just pitched it right the way up to the top.
You get a double cheeseburger.
But yeah, that is that pad. It kind of, again, just progresses along with everything. But there's a couple other little bits and bobs which are quite cool, and again add to the sort of speeding up of everything. So the tune, obviously being called Hey, has the vocal sample Hey in it, as we hear here. Bloody thing. Oh, there. And when it gets to this slightly more intense part of the build-up, oh Jesus! Why won't it stop? It won't pause. Stop! There we go. Right. Yeah, as it gets to this more intense part of the build-up, I sort of increase how often this Hey sample is, so it kind of follows the kick. But somewhere on there, I don't know where the clip is, but I've also automated the pitch of that up. Again, it just adds to that tension being built up. My CPU is not liking this at all. So you see how that adds to the energy once again. And there's a couple of risers in there as well, pretty simple stuff. Got one from an Amplify sample pack there, and then just a Cashmere sweep. So these are pretty self-explanatory, you know, just risers. And then they stop right before the drop. But I did the same thing with the Hey vocal sample with this gong. So I've got this little gong thing that kind of, I don't know where I got this gong sample from. I think it might have come from my Minilog synth. I think, maybe. Yeah, it's in my sample pack of stuff that I've made. Don't ask how, because I don't know how I made it. But yeah, that again, it increases in frequency as the drop builds. I don't know why you can't hear it. Probably because it's on the drums. And that sort of works in conjunction with the Hey sample and the kick. So again, just adding more energy to it. And I've done the same thing here with these little percussion rolls. It's a Rilliam sample. His samples are absolutely amazing. And they kind of, as you hear, they progress throughout and add a bit more variation to it. And I've also done the same with these hi-hats, so I've put them at normal speed here, but then here I've sped them up by just stretching the sample to half the length, so it's double the speed, you know. And so when you've got that, all the risers and the kicks and everything going on, it's like, yeah, there's loads of energy here. So yeah, that's that. Pretty simple. Did I filter the drums up at some point as well? Possibly could have done. I don't know though. Yeah, there is definitely a filter sweep in there somewhere. I'm just trying to find the clip for it. Oh, yeah, there it is. So yeah, it just kind of sweeps an EQ. High pass, is it low pass? I don't know my terminology very well, but yeah, it just kind of sweeps all the lows up to the top. Not that one. My CPU is so broken it won't even let me pause it, like Jesus. But yeah, what else? Also got this is a really cool sound effect that you can't hear. I don't know why. Oh, because it's on the bass channel. Maybe not. So the CPU is really struggling with that because there's quite a lot of plugins on it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there. I wonder what that sounds like with dry. So if you can't tell, that is the main bass, wherever it is, that one, which you can't hear either for some reason. Probably an automation clip, but it's the main bass with like a bunch of reverb and all sorts of exciting stuff thrown on it to just transform it into a new sound. And you see there it kind of plays and then I've reversed it so it rises into the next one, and that just kind of follows through the whole build up. I don't change how often that comes because I think these samples are doing enough of that. But yeah, the main kind of thing about this build up that really gives it the character is the tape stop. The little example of it, where is it? Okay, so that doesn't want to play anymore. Oh well. But yeah, the little tape stop where it kind of slows everything down. That. Oh, it's actually so annoying. There we go. Right. But yeah, the tape stop, it really adds to the energy. It's like, hold up a second, it throws you back into it, you know, like it just pauses it. And that's a pretty simple thing to do, the tape stop. It's just this plugin, which I think is free. You just kind of adjust your timings on it to your taste and then automate the play button when you want it to do the tape stop effect. And yeah, that's kind of that. There we go. Why is it still doing that? Honestly, if anyone wants to like donate to help me buy a new computer that can actually handle these kind of projects, because I genuinely think like my creative ability is severely held back by it. Like you'll never see me make a deep, complex tune in the style of like Camo and Crooked and Mephius because I simply can't. My computer can't, just doesn't allow for it. Maybe there's a more efficient way of working, consolidate everything to stems, but whenever I do that I just ruin the sound of the tune. Anyway, I'm waffling on. But yeah, I think that's actually everything to the intro. Like I say, it sounds like there's a lot going on, but there's just not. You'll see here, or is it here, on the drums, I've I've automated a few things up, so it's just some delay and the filter again. Like that, pretty simple stuff. And that's before it goes into the really sped up arpeggiator bit, so it adds just a sense of progression. I think a lot of this is all about just automating stuff like reverbs, delays, pitch, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Like, there's really not much more to say about it. The main takeaway for people, I guess, would be to just experiment with automating loads of different aspects of the sounds and sort of building them up with like placing them more often as the energy gets higher and using a bunch of risers and stuff like that. But I think I'll leave it at that for that video, because there's really not much more else to say about it. But if anyone has any questions about this tune, anything in particular about the EP in general, just drop me a message or leave a comment or something. I'll try my best to get back to you. But yeah, in the meantime, go and stream my Sausage Roller EP. Thank you and all the best.